Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of my New York Knicks My League series here on NBA 2K15. We are here in episode 5 and we are taking on the Washington Wizards. And I'm just going through the player stats this year. You can see that Melo was our leading scorer, Kenneth Faried is our leading rebounder, and Jose Calderon is our leading assist man. So the Wizards are going to win this tip-off, and the thing we have to do today is contain their backcourt. Pretty much the youngest and most talented backcourt in the NBA, arguably. Definitely in the East with John Wall and Bradley Beal. You can see John Wall with the ball right here. He's going to pull up and Calderon's face and hit the jumper to give the Wizards an early lead. So now we're down by 4 here. Calderon's driving. Calderon finds Sound Dallenberg, and Dallenberg gets the bucket to go. So this is probably the third to last gameplay of the season. Just because I kind of want to get this series over with so I can start my 76ers, my GM. I'm actually going to do a my GM, not a my league on that. Just because I think my GM, you can do more things, and it's like more of the GM mode, not just like the league. So I'm going to be doing that. So we're going to have like maybe, it's the trade deadline in the next episode, so you'll see if I make a trade or not. And then we'll probably have like 2 more games or 3 more games, and then we'll go into the playoffs, hopefully, if we make it. And then I will be starting up the Philadelphia Sixers, my league, which I already found out some draft classes that are good. And then also I'm going to be simulating the first season in that and starting straight from the off season, just because if I do the first season, I know I'm not going to win at all. I'll probably play like 10 games and go 0 for 10 in all of them. So just to save the time and the stress, I'm probably just going to simulate the first season and then just go straight from the off season. But there'll also be a creation episode, then probably the off season. So let's get back into this game. We are down by 3 here, but Melo with a nice post move fadeaway. He's going to miss it, and it's a rebound by Amari, and Amari gets this bucket to go. So we're down by 1 here. Andre Miller bring it up. He finds Bradley Beal in the corner, and Beal hits the 3 to make it a 4-point game. End of the first quarter is coming. Melo is driving to the rim. Melo cannot get the layup to go, and we are going to end the first quarter down by 2, 26-24 here on the road, and we are just going to have to play better defense in the second half and our perimeter shooting too, because most of our points were inside the paint, pretty much off dunks too. So we're down by 2 here. Calderon finds Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway driving. He's going to pull from the free throw line and get the jumper to go, so we're all tied up at 26. Down by 4 here. Here comes Calderon down the lane, and Calderon pulls up his dribble. He's going to find Tim Hardaway for a long 2, and it is good, and it's a 2-point lead now. Back to a 4-point lead for the Wizards. Hardaway driving. Hardaway kicks it to Calderon. Calderon for 3, and that is good, and that brings the Wizards lead to 1. We're up by 1 now. John Wall has the ball, and this was the John Wall show today, and he's going to get an acrobatic layup right there. And when I mean it was a John Wall show, I mean he pretty much scores about 50% of their points. But here, Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to give us a 1-point lead. But now we're down by 3. Nene has the ball, and the Wizards, well, it's back to Nene right now. And Nene working on Quincy AC, but he's going to turn it over, throws it right to Amari Stoudemire. Now, J.R. Smith, he's going to find Melo in the corner. Melo pump fakes, and Melo's going to kick it out to J.R. J.R. pump fakes. J.R. is going to drive. He's going to give it back to Melo. Melo with Paul Pierce on him. Former Celtic. And Melo with the nice post move. It's going to fool Paul Pierce to make it a 1-point game. 39-38. Bradley Beal with the 3 makes it a 4-point lead now for the Wizards. Still a 4-point lead. Amari's going to find Melo. And Melo, he's going to post up Paul Pierce again. And Melo does what Melo can do with the post move fadeaway jumper. And that's a 2-point game now. John Wall just going to town on Pablo Prigioni, and that is a nice move by the former #1 overall pick out of Kentucky. But now John Wall driving down the lane, and John Wall with the slam, pretty much posterized Kenneth Faried right there. Second quarter coming to a close. John Wall hits the jump shot, and it's now a 4-point Wizards lead. And we're going to take the final shot. Gary Harris finds Melo. Melo's driving to the rim. Melo with the move. Melo cannot get the jumper to go. He gets his own rebound and does get fouled. So he will hit both of those free throws. Bradley Beal will chuck up a half-court shot, and that will not go. So it is a 50-48 Wizards lead heading into halftime. So right here, Calderon's going to miss the jumper. Faried with the rebound, and Faried with the putback, and we're all tied up at 50. 52-52 here. Gortat, he's going to find Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is driving. He kicks it to Bradley Beal, and Beal with the jump shot, and that is good. And now it's a 2-point Wizards lead. 3-point Wizards lead. Now here comes Hardaway to the rim. That is no good. Dallenberg with the rebound. He's going to kick it back out to Melo. And now Melo, he finds Hardaway. Hardaway with the jumper. And that is good. And now it's a 1-point Wizards lead. Still a 1-point Wizards lead here. Calderon, he's going to find Tim Hardaway Jr. Hardaway has pretty much been our best scorer this game. But Melo gets in the corner. And Melo gets the 3. Great ball movement. Hardaway to Fareed. Then Fareed to Melo. And Melo gives us a 2-point lead. But right here, Kenneth Fareed hits a nice jump shot to tie this game up at 58. We're down by 2 here. Martell Webster with a 3. And that is good. And now it's a 58-63 Wizards lead. We're down by 3. Fareed with the jumper. Gortat with the offensive rebound, and he puts it back in to maintain this a 5-point lead. We're down by 7 now, the largest lead for the Wizards today. Melo driving, Melo to the rim, and that is good, and that cuts it to a 5-point Wizards lead. Still down by 5, 1:20 left to go in the third. Andre Miller with the ball. He's going to find Beal off a pick, and Beal to the rack, and that is good, and that still keeps it to a 7-point lead. Last shot of the third quarter for the Knicks. Melo misses it, but Amari with the board. And Amari cannot get it to go. And the Wizards cannot get a shot off. So we're going to head into the fourth quarter. Down 75-70. We have to make a fourth quarter comeback here. Let's see if we can do it. So we have Hardaway coming down here. Down by 3. Hardaway pulls up with the jumper. And that is good. And now it's a 1-point Wizards lead. We're calling a pick and roll here with Fareed. Calderon driving. Calderon is going to kick it back out to Melo. Melo pump fakes. Now Melo's driving to the rim. Calderon for 3. And that is no good. And it's rebounded by Sal down there. He kicks it out to Melo. We have a reset 24. Now Melo goes to town on Gortat. And he hits the jumper. And we are up by 1. Now down by 1. Melo misses the jumper. Fareed with the board. Fareed pump fakes. Does not shoot it. He kicks it back out to Melo. Melo has Gortat on him. The mismatch. Melo kicks it to Fareed. And Fareed hits the jump shot. And it's 78-77. We're up by 1 here. Melo with the steal. Melo going to the rim. He tries to dunk it. That is no good. Calderon with the rebound. Kicks it to Fareed. Now to Hardaway. Hardaway pulls up with the jumper. And that is good. And now we have a 3-point lead here in the fourth. Still up by 3 here. Paul Pierce has the ball. Paul Pierce driving on Fareed. Paul Pierce almost loses control. He kicks it out to John Wall. And John Wall is going to tie this game up at 82. And he's got 38 points you just saw. So now Melo with the ball. Melo pump fakes on Paul Pierce. Pulls up right in his face. And that is just dirty. And now we're up by 2. Still up by 2. Gerard to the rim. And that is no good. Gortat with the rebound. He outlets it to John Wall. Now John Wall driving to the rim. John Wall, I don't know how he made that jump shot right in Amari's face, fading away. And he's got 40 right now. All tied up at 86 for Fareed. He finds John Wall in the corner. And Wall rarely misses that jumper. And now J.R. Smith has it. J.R. Smith driving. And now J.R. Smith's going to pull up. He's going to find Jason Smith. And Jason Smith hits the long 2. That's what he can do best. And now it's a tie game at 88. Prigioni has the ball. He kicks it to Travis Outlaw. Outlaw with the jumper, and that is good. Travis Outlaw gives us a 2-point lead here. Just under 2 minutes to go. We're up 90-88. Gortat's inbounding the ball. Who else would he inbound it to but John Wall? And we are all tied up at 90. Calderon with a 3 here, and that is no good. Gortat with the rebound. The Wizards have a chance to take the lead. Wall coming up the court. We just have to maintain John Wall. John Wall having it at the top of the key. Pick and roll working here with Gortat. Wall. He kicks it to wide open Nene. And Nene dunks it home. And the Wizards are now up by 2. We wouldn't get anything to go. So we need to stop here. Paul Pierce with the ball. He finds John Wall. John Wall kicks it back out to Pierce. Now to Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's on Melo. Beal pulls up in his face, and that is good, and that gives the Wizards a huge 4-point lead now. 2 possessions. We need to score here and get a 2 for 1. Calderon driving to the rack, and that is a foul on John Wall. And Calderon would only hit 1 out of the 2, so we stop right here. Will give us a chance to hit the 3 to tie this game. But Beal's going to find Wall, and Wall with the strength to hit that layup right over Kenneth Fareed. Now we're down by 5. We need a 3 here from Melo. He gets a pretty good look, but that is no good. We're going to be forced to foul. And actually, it's a clear path foul right here. So we end up losing 98-91. I think we're 0 for 4 in this series now in games. But I still believe, I think we're at the 7th seed in the East still. And in the next game, Melo will be injured. I think he does get out for like a month again. I know in the last episode he was hurt. So you can see John Wall, 45 points. Absolutely insane. And our leading scorer was Carmelo with 28. So that was it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And leave a like if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.